I was playing a version of Bob Dylan. I think after day one, a friend of mine who was doing hair and makeup came up to me and said, I think you need to put a sock down the front of your pants. I went, what? Do you think so? That's a bit obvious, isn't it? And I went, and so two of us were just killing ourselves laughing, working out how to position it. Because when I was at drama school, the boys got taught in movement class when they were wearing tights how to pack their lunch. And whether they're going to pack and so I had to work out how I was going to pack my lunch. And it did affect the way I walked. It's really hard having the plumbing on the outside of your body when you're not used to it. Should I have missed the sock that I was pretending to be my penis when it was taken on my pants at the end of the day? You said you weren't going to get deeply psychological. It was a sock. It wasn't a penis. That's how I knew I was acting. The media is very rightly so fixated on and focusing on what's going on with women in my industry, and I think that's absolutely right, about bloody time. But I think in a way they can keep the conversation quite circular and small. Why would women want to spend all this time and energy calling people to account if we're not going to remake the industry in a new and fresh way? If we're just going to do what's been done before, we're just going to create the same patterns. Why haven't I directed a movie? Because I have worked with some extraordinary directors. When you've worked with Jim Jarmusch and David Fincher and Steven Soderbergh and Gillian Armstrong and, the list goes on and on and on and on, Scorsese, you think, I know what good directing is. I want to be pretty bloody sure of what I'm, of at least, I don't mind failing.
I think you make a great director.
You do? Because I'm bossy? I have a vision? That's the thing that I really marvel at good directors, is that they're not afraid to say, I don't know. They create an atmosphere where people who work in such different ways, at such different rhythms and come at material from such different angles, I suppose it's like a great dinner party, but you've got to be able to do it. You can't just talk about it. And I think that's the wonderful thing about actors, and I think that's something we really have to think about. We are a disruptive influence, and that's part of our job. We have to not be frightened of going into dangerous, impolite places and people not liking what we do or not liking what we say. It's the fuck you. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room sense of circus that we have, and not worrying about the career consequences so much. Easy for me to say because I'm 125, but because no one likes me, so I'm fine. I'm fine about that. Totally. Whatever. What constitutes a red carpet? People taking your picture? You taking your own picture? I'd seen this dress, one that John Galliano had made, and it was in white and it had all this incredible embroidery on it. And the very first time I went to the Oscars, he offered to make a dress for me, and I said, could we do a version of this? And then he made it with beautiful embroidered back, and the white one that I'd seen on the runway didn't get through customs in Australia.
You looked like you had a tattoo on your lower back.
Yes, just not there. Breaking news. My 3 fans will be woo! I actually shot something once where they forgot to put the film in the camera. It was a really, really intense scene. It was Billy Crudup and I, and he had to push me against a wall, and we were fighting. We were in the French resistance, but we were speaking English for some reason. And he pushed me up against the wall. And then, there's a silence, after take when they have to reload or the director's thinking about something. You don't want someone to come and say, that was incredible. But there was this kind of weird silence. I went, okay, so are we going to go again? We're going to go again? And nothing. And it was like everyone had left the building. And I thought, wow, that must have been really awful. And it turned out that the camera hadn't actually loaded the mag. So there was actually no film in the camera. What am I good at? I'm not good at anything
Yes,
else.
You're good at everything.
I can't knit, I can't snow. But I mean, that's just things that other actresses do on set to intimidate other actresses. They do needlepoint. It's like they sew and do needlepoint. And I can do this. Well, I've taught my cat to be like a dog. I think I can change animals, in my familiars, into other forms. I treated it like a dog. I just thought I'm not really a cat person. I think I just put that out there to Warwick, our cat, and he started behaving like a dog. So he walks the kids to school, which is a slight problem as it's a 20-minute drive away. So he wants to get in the car. We go for a walk around the garden or down the street, down the lane, and he will walk with us. He thinks he's a Labrador. No, he's a cat. Shh, don't tell him.